Show him that we can win too. Play Jaden when he at full power. Hit him with the mass change. Yeah, I'm the lawyer. Greg is the devour. Heroes, now it's our turn to show you that.
Yugi peoples, welcome to the commentary. Now, if you take a look at everything we got on screen right here, you can see we got ourselves a good old-fashioned mirror match. Well, kind of, sort of. You know, I'm playing more of a Isolde hero build, and he's more on a Omni with Neo's build here. So, starts his turn off with that Rhoda. He's going to get the Solid Soldier into the Stratos, of course, you know. And yeah, I played against him quite a few times, you know. It just kind of goes back and forth, you know, whoever wins, because, you know, with heroes, it's kind of like one of those things where it's just like if one of y'all draws super poly, the other one's probably losing. So right here, he's gonna use the Ferris effect, discarding the Shadow Mist to go ahead and put that increase down there on the board, and he's going to grab the Spirit of Neos, which will be able to protect him during the battle phase. He's going to go ahead and activate the increases effect to go ahead and special summon out the Vion. And since he's already normal summoned, I am going to go ahead and just nib here. That way I can keep him from getting polymerization, and I just feel like that's a really good, you know, critical hit point against heroes, is to go ahead and nib them right there before they start, you know, using Vion's effect to add that poly, because without poly, it's kind of like you really cut off a lot of their plays, especially if they've already used, you know, Stratos and Vision Hero Fairs. So unless he has the Fusion Destiny, you know, I figured he wasn't doing much. But of course, like a pro hero player, he's already got the polymerization in hand there. So yeah, he's going to go ahead and poly into Sunrise and go search out that Miracle Fusion. Though I feel like right there, he probably should have went polymerization into DPE. Yeah, I probably would have just went DPE there, because you just need a Destiny hero and, you know, a big high level monster. So then he'll go into the Miracle Fusion here by getting rid of those two you saw right there. And the reason why I said it didn't, and, you know, he's got two monsters out on the board now. He's going to link summon and go with the Shining and the Sunrise to go into Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader effect is going to special summon out the Mali and then tribute the Mali to add another hero. And I'm not sure what play exactly he was looking for here. Like, at first I was kind of like, if he does get out Plasma out on the board, that's going to make things a little bit rough. But, you know, having already used polymerization and Miracle Fusion, I don't really see how he would be able to get the extra monster that he needs and be able to, you know, search out Plasma here with the Cross Crusader. So with that, he's going to go ahead and pass turn. It is going to come to us now. We got the nib out on the board. So basically with, you know, the version of a Soul Day hero that I'm playing, the only thing I really have to do is like link climb up into Access Code Talker. We're going to go ahead and activate the Equip Durandal so that we can go search for our fire. We're going to go ahead and grab Renaud from there. Or maybe I was thinking I was going to grab Renaud, because like Renaud, like the thing about him is that you have to have a fire monster out on the board to special summon him. And for some reason, like, you know, Flame Wingman does not sound like a wind monster. He sounds like a fire monster, Flame Wingman. So I'm like highly disappointed in the fact that he is not a fire monster. So, you know, it actually made the Renaud that I put inside this deck a little bit weaker than I thought it would be. So we go ahead and add the Renaud anyway, because we do have the Fire Flint Lady. I'm going to go ahead and normal summon out the Shadow Mist, activate Fire Flint Lady's effect to special summon her from the hand. and realize that I have to do something else before I do that, because now I have the fire monster. So before I go ahead and, link summon into whatever I'm going to link into, we're going to special summon out the Renaud, use the effect, grab back the Durandal, and then we're going to decide to use the Shadow Mist and the Renaud to link summon here. We're going to chain link one into chain link 1 Shadow Mist, chain link 2 Isolde. We're going to add Vion. We're going to add the Vanilla Neos. So now, since we didn't use Fire Flint Lady's effective special summon, we can go ahead and use Vion's effective special summon. We're going to drop the draw hand since we didn't search for it in case we should need that. We're going to banish the Shadow Mist to go ahead and add the Polymerization. We're going to instant contact right here. And yeah, y'all know what's coming out. It's about to be the Flame Wingman, who is not a fire type. He is a wind type. And we got the Poly and Vanilla Neos in hand. So y'all know we're going to drop that Shining Neos Wingman down here. And yeah, we're going to go pop, pop. And since he did use his Spirit of Neos with the Polymerization, we are going to go ahead and, finish him off, because he didn't have the Spirit of Neos in hand anymore to protect his life points. So game 1, we went second. We ended up getting in thanks to Shining. Well, actually, really thanks to Nib. Without specific cards to be able to play through Nib, it kind of really hurts. Now, going into game 2 here, since he did win the dice roll in the first game, I just assumed that he would continue to decide to go first. But I guess since he lost, he actually decides to go second. And yeah, I have a handful of going second cards, and all I can do is set one pass, which is really crazy because, with this deck, all I really need to do is get 2 warriors out on the board. He activates engage Neo space. Since he didn't have the Shadow Mist, I go ahead and just decide to Ash here on the engage Neo space, and that's actually going to be enough to end his turn. Now we're going to emergency call. I think my set card is like Book of Eclipse, so we're going to go ahead and use the effect to add Stratos here. And I do believe we're going to have a chain link here that actually we ended up having to call the judge, because he's going to activate Imperm. And, I'm trying to decide how important it is for me to get Stratos' effect, because as y'all saw, I didn't have an opening play. So we're going to go ahead and chain Book of Eclipse to put our Stratos face down so that his effect would not be negated, because Imperm only negates the effect of face up monsters. So we try to flip him face down, and my opponent's also going to go ahead and chain the Forbidden Droplet. So, kind of like what I was confused about was, I guess either way you look at it, Forbidden Droplet is going to activate first, negate Stratos' effect, and then he gets flipped face down. But, I was wondering if it still because Stratos' effect happens at the end of the chain and he's face down now, is he still being affected by Forbidden Droplet since he's face down? So yeah, needed to get clarification by this. So it actually takes a couple minutes to, he's got to consult and do a couple of things. It's one of those interactions that's very important to know, and it's kind of one of those things where it's just you think but for future reference, because I don't want to be at a regional or something like that and end up making a bad play because of not knowing exactly how this interaction works. So yeah, but either way, since Forbidden Droplet went off first, it will negate his effect even though he gets flipped face down. So yeah, we end up losing that effect of Stratos right there that we needed. And I wish Stratos had an extra line of text that said if this card is flip summoned. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead, flip summon up the Stratos here, and this is actually I don't know what happened. There were a couple of games where I drew pretty bad this tournament, and it's crazy because all I have to do is get 2 warriors out on the board, and it seems like it should be pretty simple to do with all the extenders that I have available. but it is what it is. So we're going to go ahead, use instant contact, bring out the wind flame wingman for some reason. Well, I guess he does have wingman in the name, so it's okay for him to be a wind type, since wings are usually associated with the wind. Going to go ahead and use Isolde's effect to add that Vion. I know I can't use it this turn, it's for next turn, because like Vion's like probably the most powerful normal summon. So we're gonna send the Durandal to special summon a Fire Flint Lady. Now you're wondering, why didn't he special summon out Renaud? Because for some reason I have Renaud and the Living Fossil inside of my hand. So yeah, we actually drew those, which is my hand for this game just started off kind of bad. So we're going to go ahead and Living Fossil here. We're going to go ahead and bring the Ash, because it brings out any level 4 or lower monster here. And what I wanted to do was, be able to add the Living Fossil back to my hand. And so that's why we wait to special summon Renaud here. We're going to go ahead and link off the Isolde and the Ash to go ahead and bring out Unicorn. And like I said, I did side for going second. So we're going to discard the evenly match to shuffle his back row card back into the deck. So now that the Living Fossil is engraved and I do have a fire monster on the board due to Fire Flint Lady, we'll be able to go ahead and special summon out our Renaud and get back that Living Fossil card. It's kind of just like a free monster reborn thing right there. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that back. Can't activate it again this turn, but it's all good. So now I could make access code talker, but I really don't feel like attacking my opponent for 53 is going to help all that much. Like it can, but I'd rather put Appaloosa out on the board, but I don't want it to just have 2 negates. So since Unicorn is a dark monster, we're going to go ahead and use him with Renaud to make dark, and then we're going to link off those 3 to go ahead and get our 3 negate Appaloosa by turning his Black Panther against him. And yeah, so we got the 3 negate Appaloosa on board, 1 card, 2 cards in hand. My opponent draws, and he draws like the best card for this situation. Emergency call, because it's definitely an emergency here, and he's going to be able to add that Stratos from his deck to his hand. And yeah, Stratos, have to negate it. And well, actually, I guess I didn't have to, but I mean, even if I don't, he could go add something like Honest Neos or something. Like it doesn't really, I don't know. Yeah, so Stratos, he's going to knock me down, and then he's going to go ahead and use the end shuffle to bring out the elemental hero Spirit of Neos, of course, after he kills my Appaloosa during the battle phase. So now he's going to, of course, get that effect. He's going to add the instant contact. He's going to shuffle him back in to bring out the boy Vanilla Neos out to the board. So yeah, he's going to get to, basically making a comeback here. He even remembers to use the end shuffle effect, putting back the Black Panther and the elemental hero Liquid Soldier that he sent off of engaged Neo Space earlier to get his free draw. Like, unfortunately, I don't think the draw turned out all that well for him. So all he can do is in turn with the Vanilla Neos on the board. And, he drew E-Call, so I guess it's only fair that I draw Rhoda. So yeah, but the thing is, like, I've already used up like pretty much like all my resources, kind of pretty much. I don't know. I guess it felt like I used up a lot of them, but we do have Solid Soldier in there, and we already have Vion in hand, so we're going to special summon out the Solid Soldier, use Vion's effect. I do believe I'm only playing, am I playing 2 Shadow Mist? Yeah, I should definitely be playing 2 Shadow Mist. So now we're going to go ahead and send the Shadow Mist, go ahead and get the Shadow Mist effect to go ahead and add Spirit of Neos in case we do not make it past this turn. And yeah, we are not going to be able to do anything this turn. And I don't actually have like a XYZ monster off in here, though I'd always recommend having Babuska in your extra deck. My extra deck is still not like completely as it should be, as y'all will find out in one of my duels later. I'm actually like missing a card from my extra deck and from my main deck again. Like, I don't know, like I'm gonna have to take I'll have to be like extra careful about like making sure that every card that I need from now on is inside of my extra deck, inside of my main deck, because this is the second week in a row. Well, like the first week it was really, really unprepared because I didn't know we were going to be using the new list. But now, like, there's really no excuse for how bad I messed this up. So, yeah, I'm trying to see if there's really like anything I can do. Is there anything worth going into? And yeah, there's no Babushka in my extra deck, so we're pretty much just gonna have to end there because of the Lancia. I can't banish to go search for my polymerization, which y'all could tell was gonna be really nice because I have the solid soldier on the board. So yeah, we were gonna make some nice polymerization plays there, but unfortunately we can't do that. So my opponent's going to draw for turn here, and he's got another instant. Well, actually, he didn't activate the instant contact that he had searched out last time. So this is the instant contact with the vanilla Neos on the board. So he will have Sunrise's effect. He is going to go ahead and use his effect to add that Miracle Fusion from deck to hand. He's going to normal summon out the Liquid Soldier. He's not going to use the effect. That way he can go ahead and make sure that he gets his draw. Down comes Elemental Hero the Shining as he banishes the Liquid Soldier and the Lancia. And yeah, like, you know, going into battle phase, I was thinking maybe there was a way that I could survive, but there actually wasn't. Like, even by using the Spirit of Neos's effect, it just ends up getting popped. So, you know, I couldn't remember exactly what my life points were at this point, but he's going to be able to attack over both of my monsters. He's going to attack over there, and we're going to go ahead and activate the Spirit of Neos's effect. And like I said, I really don't think it mattered because he had attacked with he attacked in, like, you know, the correct order to be able to do this. Because as long as he doesn't activate the effect, if I waited until now, he's still going to attack with and use the effect of the Shining to, you know, go ahead and do that. So it's actually going to drop me below, you know, the life point requirement. So, you know, I think I only had like 600 left. So we go ahead and activate a Hero Lives into Stratos, bringing us down to 300. He already had like the complete advantage here. He's also got the imperm there. And yeah, unfortunately, this game's going to end up in a draw. Yeah, just didn't have enough time. And, you know, game 2 took so long because of everything that was going on. So I go ahead and try to end shuffle here into the Shadow Mist. We're going to Living Fossil into the other Shadow Mist. And, you know, there's like really nothing else more I could do because we were just out of time at this point in this duel. So Hero Mirror Match ends in a draw. So yeah, that is what it is, you know, and definitely probably need to work Babushka back into my extra deck. And yeah, that Lancia really hurt. Like, really, like, we both had, you know, hand traps to slow down each other's turn combined with the bad draw from both of ours. So, you know, just goes to happen. Pretty good match, though. I like the way the deck feels and it flows. I want to say appreciate you to everybody who stayed a while to listen, and I will catch y'all on the next visual. With the Masked Hero, king of games. Mask off, now you see that a hero lives. I pay half and you ask, but I'm winning games. There ain't another hero that surpasses me.